that song? Isn't she also complaining how her glass gets empty? Well, you know what? We've talked a lot about wine pairings with food, with dessert, with dinner, and things like that, but I've never really heard of wine pairings with a book, and this is going to be interesting. So we brought in not only an author, but a sommelier/author. Her name is Natalie McLean, and I'm going to point out your book here. This is Unquenchable.
That's right.
And that's just out?
It's just out in paperback, and there is a new chapter on book and wine pairings. I was going to pair it with a certain wine, but then I thought, no, you know what? This is a very versatile book, and it drinks well without anything, and it actually reads better when you're drinking.
So Unquenchable is about?
It's about adventures with obsessive-compulsive winemakers, and through their stories, you learn the story of wine. So we go to Argentina and South Africa and Niagara and all over the world drinking thousands of wines and having adventures.
Okay, so let's start. Let's see how this works. How do you pair that? I see a sparkling wine here. What are you pairing with that?
So I paired this with a library. It's kind of a rainbow library. The publisher has taken 30 classic books, assigned each of them a color so that you have this instant library. And I paired it with Wolf Blass because he was one of the first producers to color code his labels. So you see the sparkling wine there, but he has like a Shiraz that's green, a Cabernet that's red. It helps people remember what they were buying.
That's very true.
Yes.
And I was telling you before, Wolf Blass was on the show not too long ago.
Right.
This one here now. This is a nice.
This is a Classico Chianti, and I paired it with sort of a mystery novel, The Buckshaw Chronicles. Yeah. And the sleuth she's a cross between Eloise and Sherlock Holmes. Her name is Flavia De Luce. So in honor of her heritage, I've paired it with a nice, dark, brooding, mysterious Chianti.
And we should point out these are all under $20 wines.
They're all
well.
under
That's the nice thing about
absolutely,
that, right?
And some of them are under 15, and I have posted them at nataliemclean.com if you're trying to write them down.
Okay, so now this one here, okay, The Paris Wife.
Yes, this is sort of evocative. It's a fictionalized account of Ernest Hemingway's wife, Hadley, Paris in the 1920s. So I thought, what would be a good expat wine? I chose California Syrah, Liberty, and it's sort of evocative of the freedom, the way they found their voice in Paris in the 1920s.
All right, sounds good.
Yeah.
All right, and now this one here, the little Tilia wine, a little white, and...
So this is a gentleman who made a journey. He's kind of numb in middle age, and he gets a letter from an old friend 20 years ago. She's in a hospice dying, and she asks him to come and visit him. So it's about coming alive again, even when you're dying. This will awaken your senses. It's a beautiful Torrontés from Argentina.
Now this one's from the New York Times. However, it's called Imagining Canada.
Exactly. It's a photographic journey, 100 years of Canada, from the New York Times photographers. I've chosen a Canadian wine, one of our best, I think, from Southbrook Farms to go with it.
Okay, there you go. Connect. It's organic as well.
It is organic, so it's of the earth. I think it really connects.
Now, this must have been a tough one, though, because this is the Epicurious. It's a cookbook. It's a well-known cookbook.
It is.
How do you pair that?
With a very versatile wine. I've chosen an American wine.
Yeah.
You know, they really test the recipes well on this website.
I got to make sure I get the label right.
There you go.
Okay.
And I think this will go with a lot of the recipes. It's plush, it's smooth, it's not too heavy or too light, so... Again, versatility going with a lot of the meat-based recipes.
It's a lot easier to pair a red, isn't it?
I think
when you find it, because you've chosen a lot of reds, but you do have a white here, Hawke's Bay.
Right.
And what's it going with?
This is Flavors of Arabia. The author splits her time between the Middle East and Ottawa. So she's a Canadian writer, and she has some wonderful recipes, new flavors from the Middle East. I've chosen the Sauvignon Blanc because it has this sort of lime lift and goes with spices and curries and all the flavors that are in this book.
Okay, two more quick ones here.
Sure.
I'm Your Man, The Life of Leonard Cohen. Yeah, Leonard Cohen. Yeah, he's a very interesting character.
Absolutely. So I chose something dark and brooding and kind of like, you know, First We Take Manhattan kind of wine.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sledgehammer. Just pound it. And
exactly.
I think this goes with his autobiography, or his biography, I should say.
All right. And finally here, The End of Your Life Book Club.
Yeah, this is a lovely book. This is a chronicle between a son and his mother. She's at Sloan Kettering Cancer Center dying, and he asks her one day, what are you reading? And they start reading the same books together to celebrate kind of her life, and they come together through books. And I think you can come together through books and wine.
All right, here we go.
Absolutely. Cheers.
Cheers.
Kevin.
Thank you very much, Natalie McLean.
Right.
You want more details? And again, she's put the pairings on her website, nataliemclean.com. We'll be back right after this break. Cheers.
All right.